have Rhonda on the line. Go ahead, Rhonda.
I think the vital signs were alarmingly low, and they almost got into trouble. Plus, I think Jake should be sent to the date penitentiary for life.
On what grounds, Rhonda?
I refer you to page 13 of For the Strength of Youth, and I read, music can, by its tempo, beat, intensity, and lyrics, dull your spiritual sensitivity. Use careful judgment and maturity to choose the music you listen to and the level of its volume. It's right there in print. Jake definitely violated that with his music.
All right, incriminating evidence there.
I just wanted to say, I'm not telling Jake what music he should or shouldn't listen to, but if his goal is to go on positive, constructive dates and develop healthy relationships, then he's going about it all wrong.
Can you expand on that, Rhonda?
Well, I think music has a powerful effect on our thoughts, our desires, our spirit. If I'm on a date, I want to feel good inside. I want to feel good about what I'm doing. But I can't when I'm listening to music that is loud or has bad lyrics. Does that make sense?
It sure does. Thanks for the call, Rhonda. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, this is Vance. I also think Jake should be convicted of a bad date. I gotta admit, I used to listen to music that probably wasn't appropriate. But I'm trying to be more careful with what I listen to. But besides Jake's choice of music, I think he's guilty of being in the wrong place for the wrong reason.
Can you explain yourself a little bit more, Vance?
Well, I also want to refer to For the Strength of Youth, page 7. It says, plan positive and constructive activities when you are together. Do things that help you get to know each other. Be careful to go places where there's a good environment, where you won't be faced with temptations. Those two are looking for trouble.
More incriminating evidence. So you think Jennifer should take some of the responsibility?
Well, it takes two to tango. And she could have said something. I was impressed when she finally told him to take her home. But Jake must take most of the responsibility.
Vance, if you were Jake's friend, what would you say to him?
If Jake were my friend, I would let him know that taking a young woman somewhere to park is downright low. I've always been taught that a young man should show respect for a young woman and treat her like a queen. I really do believe that. If I have a daughter someday, I hope that any young man taking her out would show her respect and treat her properly. I'd hope they'd go places where there's a good environment.
You're a good guy, Vance. Thanks for the call. Okay, Debbie, you're on Dating 911.
Hey, give me the phone number of the guy who just called. I'll go out with him any day. Listen, I think Jake should go to the date pen for bad dating because he ignored some other important advice to proper dating. Reading from the manual, when you begin dating, go in groups or on double dates. Avoid pairing off exclusively with one partner.
I'll say, the evidence sure is piling up.
I wanted to say that group dates are a blast. My friends and I asked out some guys last week on a scavenger hunt and had the best time. The secret is being creative.
Debbie, we appreciate the call. Well, we believe in mercy, but we're going to sentence Jake to 1 night in the date penitentiary for bad dating. He's also not allowed to watch MTV, and he must receive some dating sensitivity training, or what Dave would call DST.
Hey, that's right. Hey, thank you for all your calls. Looks like we've got a question coming in on the Ask John and Mark line. What's on your mind?
Hi, is this Dating 911?
This is.
Can I change the subject?
Yeah, we're done with Jake now.
Well, I'm just wondering what the big deal is about my niece.
Your needs. Well, we all have needs, and
No,
it's important.
my niece.
Oh, your niece? Is she in trouble?
No, my knees.
Oh, your knees. Okay, are you recovering from surgery or something?
No.
Okay, we're not communicating here. I'm just going to be silent and listen for a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I went to the state dance last weekend, and they wouldn't let me in.
Why not?
My knees?
Have they been acting strangely?
No, they were showing.
The steak was showing your knees?
No.
Oh, you mean your knees were showing and you didn't meet the dress code?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like the classic dress code problem. Let's see, what's your name?
Kim.
Okay, Kim, sometimes dress codes are hard for some teenagers to understand. Can I try and explain it?
Yeah.
Okay, how would you feel if a guy took you out just to kind of show you off and you could be the ornament on his arm? I mean, he didn't talk to you very much, he didn't care what you thought. He just wanted all his guy friends to be impressed with him because you were good looking and you were with him.
Well, I wouldn't like it, of course. But what does it have to do with my knees?
Well, it's like this. You can attract boys to you in one of two ways. To yourself or to your body. To who you are, your thoughts and your feelings and, you know, your value as a person, or to how you look, your figure, your bod, or yes, even your knees.
My knees?
Yes, your knees. Hear me out for just a minute. You see, what dress codes try to accomplish is to show the world that we're different, that we want to be different. We don't go with the flow. We kind of make our own flow. We want to be classy all the time. Now, another key is that it makes people uncomfortable. When a guy or a girl is dressed to attract attention, other people who are trying to keep their thoughts clean could be made to feel uncomfortable. Now, these kinds of young men who are trying to keep their thoughts clean are exactly the ones that you'd like to end up with someday, right? Well, sometimes we dress not only so we can be comfortable, but so that others who are in our company can feel comfortable too. And to put it bluntly, for guys or girls, it's inconsiderate to dress so that others have to fight to keep their thoughts clean. Now, the world would say that you have a right to dress however you want, and if somebody struggles with their thoughts, hey, that's their problem. But we try to live on a higher standard than the world, and just because you have a right to do something does not mean it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but all I was showing was my knees.
You're right, and you're just going to have to trust me on this one. It doesn't take much for a girl to put a guy in a position where he has to control his thoughts.
Really?
Really, and take our word for it. If a stake is sponsoring a dance, they have to do it in such a way that everybody would feel comfortable if the prophet came for a visit. And that includes the music, the lighting, the volume, and the dress codes, or in other words, your knees. They want the youth to interact socially, not just provide a place where teens can check each other out. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I guess.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Did you know what the dress code was before you went to the dance?
Yes.
Kim, were you kind of planning on seeing if you could get in anyway?
Yes.
Oh, Kim, how could you? What were you thinking? So whose fault is it?
Well, it's mine.
Okay. Well, thanks for being a good sport, but remember, you can attract boys to you or to your body, and the whole point of the dress code is so that nobody has to feel uncomfortable, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for calling, and listen, say hi to your niece for us. Okay, we have another caller. Go ahead.
To Kim, I would simply add that there is a strong correlation between what you use to attract an individual and the type of person you attract. Let me explain.
Theodore, you again?
Hey, Marcus and Johnny. Kim, if you violate dress standards as the means through which another is attracted, then you will only attract those who place a premium on the body.
Thank you, Theodore.
But for
Okay.
those who place a premium on character, they will be drawn to that aspect of your persona. A song will illustrate. I am more than what I appear, for the body is merely the surface of my heart.
Thank you, Theo.
But
Okay,
know
let's
my
go.
heart and you will find.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, Theo. That was really nice. Okay, go ahead. You're on Dating 911.
Hi, my name is Jennifer. I just turned on your show. I just got off a really bad date a few minutes ago. In fact, I finally told the guy to take me home.
Wow, sounds pretty bad, huh?
It was. He called kind of late and asked if I wanted to go on a drive. I felt uneasy about it, but convinced myself it was okay. Well, anyway, he took me on a drive, and the whole time he was playing some pretty raunchy music. He asked if
Let me guess. He asked if you wanted to see the lights of the city, like at Lookout Point.
How did you know?
Jennifer, I'm a professional.
Well, anyway, we parked and he kept the music playing. I felt so uncomfortable, but I kept rationalizing that it was okay. Well, after a few minutes...
Jennifer, don't tell me he used the old, I just saw a meteor trick.
He did. That's exactly what he said.
Oh, Jennifer, I know the type.
Well, we ran to look for the meteor, and I didn't see a thing.
And then as he walked you to the car, he put his arm around you, right?
You are amazing.
No, you're amazing, Jennifer. Go ahead.
Well, when we returned to the car, he started to put on the moves. Even though I knew we shouldn't be there, I wasn't strong enough to tell him to take me home. Well, suddenly I heard this beautiful music playing on the radio, like it was sent from heaven or something. This sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Oh, no, not at all. Keep going.
Well, the music really had an impact on me, and I began to see what was really taking place. I realized this guy was a creep, and I'd been wrong in letting him bring me there. And I finally told him to take me home, and here I am. I just had to call because I'm so mad at myself for going out with him in the first place. I feel like the biggest loser.
You're not a loser, Jennifer. Don't worry. But tonight's been a big learning experience for you, hasn't it? Be grateful that you recognized in time the spot you'd placed yourself in. And we have no doubt here that you're a wiser person now. But do you mind if we give you a little bit of advice?
No, please do.
Okay, let me get the guidebook here. The guidebook says, page 7, for the strength of youth, date only those who have high standards and in whose company you can maintain the standards of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's really good advice. So when you're looking for young men to interact with, look for young men of character who have the same standards that you do. And there's lots of clues, like the music they listen to, how they treat others, and the language they use. All of those are going to give you a clue into their character.
I'm so disappointed with my behavior tonight. I'm making a commitment to date only those with high standards.
Jennifer, you're doing great, and you deserve better than that, and you'll find him. Jennifer, when you're down, what really makes you happy?
Let's see. A vanilla malt with a squirt of root beer.
All right, I want you to go out tonight and celebrate a new beginning by treating yourself to a vanilla malt with a squirt of root beer.
Well, I don't deserve it, but if you say so. Thanks again.
Oh, you deserve it. Now, have a good evening. Okay, we're going to take a radio break, and we'll be right back with more of Dating 911.
Todd, this is a new beginning. A new beginning of fun, creative dating.
Hey, I'm all over it.
Anything else tonight, guys?
Yeah, 2 vanilla malts.
Yeah, with a squirt of root beer.
A squirt of root beer.
Yeah, in celebration of new beginnings.
New beginnings? You know, you guys don't look like beehives.
No. Not that kind of new beginnings. You see, well, Todd here is laying off all junk food in preparation for the baseball season. You know, this will be the last bit of non-nutritional food he'll eat until November. No more abs of flab. You know, we'll call him Washboard Miller from now on. Yep, new beginning.
Whoa, good for you, Brad Todd.
Thanks, Chloe. I'll do my best. Thanks a lot, Gary.
Well, you know, I can't get this Jennifer girl off my mind. She sounded so sincere and sweet, yet so depressed. She needs to date someone with class, and I know just the guy for her.
Who?
Well, his language is clean, he's kind, considerate, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, spiritual, and has high standards and nearly 100% seminary attendance.
Who?
You, Todd.
Me?
Yeah, you. Jennifer needs a Todd Miller. You know what they call you at school? They call you Moroni Todd. And you know why? Because no one tries harder to do good. And no one is as big as you.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, you know, she did seem nice. She just made a bad choice tonight. But I only know her first name, Jennifer. Oh, well.
A new beginning, Todd. I like it. Fun, wholesome, creative dating.
Okay, this is it. No waiting, no procrastinating this time. We're going on a creative date. We're going to plan a creative date for next week, and we're going to get dates. All before the moon drops below those hills.
Oh, we better hustle. That's in less than an hour.
Okay, let's get thinking.
All right, think creative. Think.
Well,
I got it.
What?
That won't work.
Hey, what if we, never mind, it smells like cabbage.
What if we...
Hey, okay, check this out. We pick up our dates, and then we get...
Yeah?
Nah, but who would fly it?
Well, what if we...
Yeah?
Oh, it costs more than $2,000, and we can't come over there.
Well, I've got it, Gary. I've got it. What if we never mind, they're sold out.
Oh, Todd, we are making this way too difficult. It doesn't need to be expensive, and it doesn't have to be complicated.
I know. Hey, I got it! Yahtzee! Yeah, it's simple, it's cheap. I mean, come on.
Hey, Todd, wait a sec. Check out that girl pulling up next to us.
Gary, don't look over. Look, I want you to start the car, slowly back up, and get me out of here. Do you understand?
Why? What's wrong, Todd? Are you blushing?
Gary, just do what I say. I'll explain later.
Todd Miller, I do believe that girl over there is somehow connected with your odd behavior. And I'm not moving until I get the whole story.
Please, Gary, I'm begging you.
Hey, you've never run away from anything. Now, I'm not moving until you tell me how some strange girl at a burger joint can make some 180-pound shortstop go red, sweat, and want to bail.
Look, don't even make me go there.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Do you remember the Stake Youth Conference you missed last April?
Yeah, I had to work.
I remember I told you about the banquet and the dance?
Oh, yeah, I heard the decorations were awesome.
Yeah, the evening was great. Or at least it started out that way.
What happened?
Well, before the banquet, this young woman won the stake scripture chase. Man, she was beautiful. At least to me. There was just something about her.
Yeah?
Well, this handsome guy was watching her, and in fact, he was incredibly handsome.
You?
Possibly.
Well, keep going.
Okay. Well, the competition ended. People began to find seats at the banquet table, and this young man found the courage to sit at her same table. She, too, had noticed him, and the interest was mutual.
Hey.
He tried to make conversation, but each time he opened his mouth, a string of stupidities followed. He was in a hopeless stupor. Each time she spoke, he blushed, stuttered, stammered, and then...
Yeah?
And then he noticed his zipper was down.
Oh.
How long he didn't know. Who saw he couldn't tell. A quick flip of the wrist and all was well, or so he thought. Lights were dimmed and dance music began to play. He caught her eye and she smiled. He wanted to dance with her and she with him. He asked and, well, she said yes. To his utter amazement and horror, as he stood and moved away from the table, the tablecloth came with him. It was attached to his zipper.
Oh, this is terrible.
The cups and plates landed in laps, some shattering on the floor. There were screams, horrible screams, screams that a lifetime couldn't erase. Girls in new dresses wept as they removed spaghetti from their clothes. Boys in nice slacks growled. All eyes turned, and then the clapping. The endless clapping. Everyone in the gym was clapping. They were applauding this young man's stupidity.
Oh, man, this hurts to hear.
So he took a bow and tried to smile, but the humiliation was complete. Once the tablecloth was removed from his zipper, and once the reality of what had happened set in, he tried to apologize. He apologized more in 2 minutes than he had in his whole lifetime.
Todd, I don't know if I should laugh or cry. What about the girl? What did she do?
For 10 minutes, she helped him pick up food and broken plates, on her hands and knees, never leaving his side, always with a smile, trying to make him feel better. After all was picked up, she excused herself to go wash up, and her last words to him were, "I'll be right back."
What? She never returned?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I left the dance.
You didn't.
I did.
But the dance! You never got to dance with her.
Oh, and you're assuming she wanted to dance?
Well, of course she did.
Look, I told you the story, okay? Now let's just go.
Todd, this isn't like you. You can't just run away like you did at the dance. You've got to face it. You've got to say something to her.
What am I supposed to say? Remember me, Mr. Zipper?
Hey, you're going to talk to her if I have to manually operate your jaws. What's her name?
I honestly don't remember it. It was those eyes. I couldn't concentrate when she was looking at me.
Here they are, 2 vanilla malts with a squirt of root beer for a new beginning.
Hey, thanks, Chloe. Hey, how much do we owe you?
Let's see, $8 even.
Hey, here you go. And keep the change.
Thank you. Are you guys leaving?
I guess we better.
Hey, I need to take this girl's order. I'll be back in a sec to take away your tray.
This is your chance, Gary. Get courageous and ask her out.
Only if you agree to ask out that girl there in the Honda.
There's no way, Gary. I can't do it. It's different with Chloe. You haven't made a dork of yourself in front of her. If you don't do it now, you never will.
Something weird's going on here. That was my 3rd order for a vanilla malt with a squirt of root beer, and all within 20 minutes. Well, it was fun to see you guys. Hope to see you again soon.
Hey, thanks, Chloe. You're awesome.
Guess I better be going.
Yeah, we better be going, too.
Bye.
Yeah, see you later. Wait, Chloe, listen. All night, Todd and I have been planning. Next Friday, Todd and I are having our first annual shark date. And, well, it's totally planned, and it's going to be great. And I was wondering if you'd like to come with me.
Wow, really? I'd love to. What's a shark date?
Well, first, we'll barbecue shark and other strange sea animals, playing volleyball, listening to the Beach Boys, and then we're going to sit in a raft in our pool and read some scary shark stories.
Scary shark stories?
Chloe, you've never heard any scary shark stories?
No.
Oh, Chloe.
But it sounds like a blast.
Well, I'll catch you during the week and tell you some more of the times and stuff.
Great, thanks. I'll talk to you later.
I did it. I asked her out. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, it's your turn.
I can't do it, Gary. I'm too embarrassed to ask her now.
You're too prideful to ask her. It'll be more painful if we pull away and you didn't ask.
Look, I'll ask someone else, okay? Let's go.
All right, but I'm disappointed.
Wait. Didn't Chloe say that girl ordered a vanilla malt with a squirt of root beer?
Well, yeah, she did. But you don't think that...
It's gotta be. You know, come to think of it, the girl at the dance's name was Jennifer. Could it be? It must be the same one Jake the Snake took out.
No way. What are the chances? Todd, she needs someone with standards who can value her and treat her with the respect she deserves. Todd, I'll bet she's never heard any scary shark stories either.
Go back.
Toddy, you can do it, Toddy.
Okay, what am I gonna say?
Well, here comes Chloe.
Hey, haven't you guys had enough?
Chloe, look, is that the girl that ordered the vanilla malt with a squirt of root beer?
Yeah, it is. Hey, do you know her? Because she asked about you.
You're kidding. What did she say?
Well, she met you once, I guess.
Yeah, she did, but what did she say?
Nothing. She just asked if your name was Todd.
Was she smiling, or did she roll her eyes, or what?
No, she wasn't rude. She was smiling. She was, like, looking over here and stuff.
Chloe, did you give her the malt already?
No.
Can I take it to her?
Sure. Hey, do you want to borrow my blades?
No, thanks. I've fallen on my face in front of this girl before.
Todd, you're the man. Go for it.
Okay. Hi. Jennifer, do you remember me?
Oh, hi, Todd.
Well, here's your vanilla malt. Well, if you can remember, I think you owe me a dance. You see, I know things were kind of a disaster when we first met. Well, I'd like to make up for it if you'll give me the chance. You see, my friend Mary and Gary and I, we've planned this really fun date next week, and, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, Jennifer, will you go out with me?
This concludes our broadcast of Dating 911. Dating 911 was conceived and written by John Bytheway, Mark Callister, and David Hyde. Produced and edited by Kenny Hodges. Recorded by Blair Leishman and Kenny Hodges. Original music by Brett Raymond. And starring John Bytheway as John, David Hyde as Mark, and Mark Callister as Big Wave Dave. Also starring Jeff Loveridge as Gary, Ryan Radabaugh as Todd, and Margot Lunt as Chloe. Featuring the voice talents of Bert Baer, Dave Broberg, Kim Bytheway, Crystal Bueller, James Callister, Becky Christensen, Christopher Cooley, Kara Cropper, Kim Dopp, Kenny Hodges, Tiffany Johnson, Will Larson, Catherine Laycock Little, Carrie Loveridge, Diane Loveridge, Dan Ryerson, and Katie Summercorn. Dating 911 has been a Deseret Book production.
Dating 911.